I'm DJ Blighty. Who the hell are you?
DJ Blighty.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to DJ Blighty TV. First of all, please excuse my voice. Got a bit of man flu going on at the moment. Kind of overdid it last week. 5 gigs, not enough sleep, a lot of travelling. So this time of year, immune system just goes completely down the plan. So please excuse the nasal talking. So yeah, quick video today on a question that I was asked on the channel a week or two ago. Just before we go any further, I want to make it clear this isn't a scratch tutorial video. This is just the basic concept of how to scratch using Serato DJ or Scratch Live, and also how to adjust your latency depending on the software and hardware you're actually using. Now, the question I was asked was a two-part question. Firstly, how to actually scratch using a controller. Now, this doesn't really get specific because there is only one way to actually set this, which I'll go into shortly. And the other was how to actually adjust the latency to make the sounds as tight as possible, which I'll go into later on in the video. I'll try and keep it short and sweet. So basically here, if you've seen any of my previous videos, you'll know in the home studio I use the Pioneer DDJ-SX. It doesn't matter if this is another controller like the SX or the SX2 or even one of the smaller ones. The setup and principle is going to be exactly the same because the hardware is just different in functionality and size. It will have no effect on the sound as you're actually scratching. So the first thing we need to look at is if you are using one of these controllers, the likelihood is you're going to be using Serato DJ software. Now, for the setup on this, there's a few things we need to take into consideration, and that is which laptop or computer you're actually using, because the speed of that computer can have an effect on your sounds when you are scratching, okay? Now, what I tend to do is, let me just double check before I'm talking nonsense. I set my latency to 2 on Serato DJ, but only because I know my laptop can handle it. If my laptop was to start losing performance due to this, then basically I wouldn't do it because it's going to risk crashing. So really it's a question of trial and error. Test your system out, have a good play around with the settings. There's only 5 on this, so you can do 1, 2, 5, 10 or 20. Basically, the lower that number, the tighter the sound is going to be. Going through a controller such as this, it's going to be the tightest sound possible because there's no hardware for it to travel through. For instance, using a DVS, I use Scratch Live in a club, which travels through generally a Serato SL4 box. That's a completely different situation altogether, which I'll go into in a moment. But going from here, as I said, the sounds I get are from 2 milliseconds on the latency. In the question, he mentioned the volume. The volume won't be affected, but the tightness of the sound will. Just to show you, let me just get the screen into view here. Hopefully you can see now I've got it on 2, which is my normal setting. I'm just going to play the sound through a few times now, just so you can see the difference. So yeah, if we take it down to 1, let's see if we can notice a difference. Yeah, that's as crisp as it's going to get, guys. Even at slow, no problem whatsoever. If we take it to 5. Not a massive difference, but noticeable to a trained ear. 10. Really starting to break there. And then 20. Really bad. Hear that? That sounds awful. So yeah, not good at all. But I'd say anything from 5 and below is good. But my personal preference is 2. Lovely, okay. Yeah, so that is going directly through a controller. The volume is down to the samples you use, not the latency. The latency is just going to affect how clean and clear that sound is going to be for you. Using a DVS system, doesn't matter what it is, whether it's an SL1, SL2, SL3, SL4, you're going to be using, whether it's Serato DJ or Scratch Live, it's got to travel further. So it doesn't matter which one of those you're using, it's going to be noticeable, because if you're using CDJs or turntables, the audio is getting transferred from those through your software, so it's not as clean as this. This is going straight from the controller, the hardware, to the software via a USB, so it's direct sound. There's no analog information being fed through any of this, so that's why it's so crisp and clear. Using a DVS system, you're mixing analog and digital, so there is a little bit of a difference. But with my settings, I think I use number 5 on Scratch Live because my computer can handle it. But for you guys, trial and error. So play around with your home equipment, play around with your latency, exactly like I just showed you, and that is going to give you the best sound possible for your system. You don't want to be using 1 or 2 or even 5 if you've got a slow computer, because the last thing you want is to risk your computer crashing during a set. So that's why trying it at home is the best option, because if it does crash, you know that that is not a good idea in the future. So hope today's video has answered your question and helped a lot of you out who've got a similar question to the one that was asked to me. Stay tuned for plenty more tips and tricks videos coming your way very soon. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next video very, very soon. Peace.